everybody, welcome to Poly Games. I'm your host Joseph, and today we're going to start winding down our conversations about GameStop. GameStop's been in the news for the last few months for not the best reasons, and I feel like we're going to end it with two videos, one talking about GameStop's image and the other one talking about GameStop in the digital future. And today we're going to talk about GameStop's image because last few days have been really rough for the company. We said in our last video that they lost over 150 stores, which now has been corrected to approximately 225 stores, and that GameStop stock also dropped by $20. Now, a lot of people are hyping this up as a doomsday scenario for GameStop, that their GameStop's going in the ways of Blockbuster, but that's for another video. I don't necessarily believe this is horrific news, but it is bad news, and I feel horrible for the people that are losing their jobs. So the one thing I want to talk about is GameStop and their poor image, because one of the reasons why they lost so much money last year is because two reasons. Digital is the future. It's gaining traction every single year. And the fact that big retailers are jumping on the physical media train as well because they're looking for any type of revenue that they can get. Best Buy, Target, Amazon. With all that said, there are some simple things GameStop can do, and I don't understand why they don't do, to help fix their public image. Because to be honest, their public image is pretty shit. In my last video, all the comments were negative. Everybody talked about how much their experience at GameStop sucks. And I understand that. As an ex-employee and as a consumer, I understand the flaws of GameStop rather well. It just doesn't seem like GameStop understands what makes physical so strong, what the true advantages are in physical. Because the advantage of digital and shopping at Amazon is you could do it in your underwear. You can do it at your home. You don't have to move a muscle. You don't even have to get out of your chair to switch a game. There's a positive in buying physical media, though, and that comes into the personal interaction, the human interaction, right? The people that are shopping at GameStop aren't necessarily you or me who are watching this video. The people that are buying from GameStop are usually A, parents, B, casual gamers, or C, people who just want to talk about games and want to get updated on games. Those are the people that are coming in the stores, especially the parents, especially the casual audience. They want to be informed. And the one problem GameStop has is they don't stock enough people in their stores. There's always, at least from the time of 10 to 4 or even 5, just one person, it seems, in that store. And they have tasks up the wazoo, whether it's taking in shipment, taking out shipment, scanning items, doing RSBs, scanning systems to make sure you got them, whatever advertisements have to get up, they have to do, whatever trades they have to do them. They have to answer the phone call and take your order. That's a lot of shit that they have to do, and they're doing it alone. Half the time when I'm walking in a GameStop, it seems like there's people waiting in line, and it's not the employee's fault. They're just under pressure. They've been that way for hours now, and now that customer's having a bad time, that employee's having a stressful time. No one's getting the service that they deserve because that employee is stressed out to shit. GameStop needs to start stocking up its stores with actual people so you get that human touch. Back in the day, I used to be GameStop's top salesman. Why? Because I used to go up to people, talk to them, understand what games they were into, and then suggest those games at checkout. And I was really good at what I did because of that. And I believe if you take that same quota and you apply it here, it only helps everybody across the board. The second thing that sucks about GameStop is the values that they charge, when it's for their pre-owned games or for your trade-ins. It's true. You don't get enough money for the games you trade in. It is a bit of a joke. I remember back in the day when GameStop was competing with EB Games, you would see trade-in values like Halo 2 back in the day, like for $35. I remember that. It was awesome times. EB, GameStop really going at it, bred competition, and it bred great sales and customers winning at the end of the day. With GameStop not having that competition up until that point, all their sales kind of suck. And you saw that, and they even admitted it in their holiday 2016 that they couldn't compete with the bigger retail stores or digital when it came to those sales. They just couldn't compete. And so when it comes to those trade-in values, you need to up the trade-in values. You need to decrease decrease the prices of your pre-owned games because they're getting outrageous. I said it in my last video, I'll say it here. I bought Halo 5 for $15 at Best Buy. GameStop was going to charge me $26 for it used. Why would I buy there? You know, GameStop's expecting every consumer to walk in their doors to be stupid, lazy, or I don't know what. But that isn't right. If you want to have that good vibe, that good image between gamers, start giving them a little bit more for their games. Start giving them a little less for the used games. If the only difference between Mass Effect Andromeda new and used is $5, I'm gonna go with new 9 times out of 10 unless the fucking $5 one offers me the cure to cancer. Not gonna buy that. That's no deal to me. It's only getting rid of the fucking sales tax. That is no deal. When we're talking about values of pre-owned to trade-ins, the one major thing that I don't understand GameStop does is, or not do rather, is price match. That is the one thing that boggles my mind. Best Buy, Target, Walmart, I believe, Toys R Us, they all price match Amazon because Amazon is the king of convenience. You can literally buy that one thing with one click and a drone comes to your door, shoots your dog, and bam, drops the package at your front door. That's what you're fighting against. You're fighting against the death of a family loved one and that box at the front of the door in less than a day. That's what you're fighting with. And when you don't say, you know what, sorry, Fluffy, you get to live, but you know what, we'll price match that thing from Amazon, you lose that customer, and you may lose them for life. When you don't price match against Best Buy, guess what happens? That guy's going to go across the street to that Best Buy and buy that thing. You lose customers, and if they have a good experience at wherever they go to, maybe even for life. That's what happened with me in GameStop. I don't shop there nearly as much ever since the Circle of Life program because Best Buy's deals are just so amazing. I can't beat them, and they're not willing to price match. So, sayonara GameStop. That's just the way of the beast. You know, GameStop has to realize that their shit doesn't stink. Or actually, the shit does stink, and it stinks like shit. That's what GameStop has to realize. That they're not king of the mountaintop anymore. That there are people banging at their walls, and the walls are starting to crack and starting to give. Because GameStop's major thing is about surviving the digital future. It's about becoming something more than GameStop. You see that with ThinkGeek, you see that with Game Trust, you even see that with Cricket Wireless, that they're trying to dip their toes into all these little markets to see which shoe fits. So when eventually digital comes a knockin', GameStop has found a place to go, and those board members have found a place to go when GameStop does eventually go. GameStop will go in name, maybe, possibly, in the next 5 to 10 years, definitely. But again, that spirit will live on. And if you guys even just read the wiki of GameStop, you know what type of parasite we're dealing with here. It's a company that is super adaptive to the times. If you don't think that they've seen the history of Blockbusters, hear those comments in the comment section saying they're the next Blockbuster, you're fucking wrong. So what's happening is they're trying to test out the waters, and I feel like the two biggest ones are ThinkGeek and Game Trust. And they're looking at those two as their top, maybe jumping off points, maybe being a publisher in gaming, or maybe being, you know, a nerdy avenue, like a more hot topic look. Maybe that's their future. And that's what they're kind of testing out. But with Best Buy, Target, Walmart entering in this race and eating at their market share so fast, it's getting them nervous because they don't know which one is going to be a success or not. But that is a video for literally another day. If you want me to talk about that, that is going to be in our next video, GameStop and the digital future. So, with all that said and all that out of the way, that's what I feel like GameStop needs to do. They need to start being more customer service oriented. They need to start price matching. They need to start giving you better values for their games and your games as well, the ones you trade in. So with all that said, all that out of the way, I want you to put down what you think GameStop should do to fix their image. And let's start a conversation about that down below, shall we? With all that said, everybody, have a great day.